followers and our friends and relatives and everybody. But what excited? How excited are you in the first week? Will make the year for you. It's the first week that you got to really, when the race starts, you got to start fast. You got to. Because if you don't really have the right start to life or to race or anything game, or, in our case, our business, then it's going to take time to catch up. So I know. I'm just saying that.
I love. So you were just talking about how you're going to be doing the AI or communicating like speaking instead of typing. For
Yes.
everybody who is listening, welcome back, Alchemist. This is Abundance Thursdays with myself, Gualter Amarelo, and the great Vinney Smile Chopra, who is out and about walking in Black Hawk, California. And it looks like you got a background of your office back there, Vinney. So
I know.
it's following
I'm
you. Your
trying to.
office is following you.
I know my team just designed this new virtual background in my fourth book, which is almost ready to launch at the KDP and everything, which is my hospitality book, and getting my daughter to, look through it, help dad, with corrections. I'm not a good writer.
I'm not a good writer, says the guy with four books now, four books written. So yeah, it's a new year, man. It's a new year. It's a
New
new
year,
you.
brother.
Uh, 2026, day 8 of 2026.
Yes.
I've already got metrics back from my marketing team, and I'm looking at them saying, "This is the beginning of the year, week 1. This is what we've done."
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I have always felt how the first week of the month goes, so goes the month. How the first month of the year goes, then the whole year is spectacular year for your growth of the companies and everything and what you want to accomplish in life. So it's so important to have the fast start of in anything we do and get focused. Focus is power. Anyway, we're going to talk a lot today, and the topics are let's go for it.
So let's dive into it. So Wealth Principle 11, this is the first of the year. So it's actually interesting that we're talking about marketing. I just shared with you, I'm obsessed with my marketing right now. It's the first week.
Yes.
I found the biggest problem in my company, Vinny, was we weren't filling units fast enough. It's
Yeah.
the units are
Yeah.
turned, the units have power, the units are sitting there, and
Yes.
they weren't being filled fast enough. So I started an initiative. I went, I asked in Appfolio, how many listings do we have? And there were
Yeah.
23. I said, what?
Woo, woo,
I got
woo.
250 vacancies. How do I only have 23 listings? And I know
Yes.
100 of my units are ready to go, or very close to being ready. So 60 are done, 40 are on their way. And so I just said, like, guys, I want 100 units by the end of the month,
Yes.
by the end of the week, by Friday. Like, give me
Yes.
100 listings. And
Yes.
today I can tell you there's 108 listings in there, so I'm very happy.
Woo-hoo. All right. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it, brother.
But
I
now
am
the data
back.
starts. Now we start the data. The next 3-7 days, I'm gonna look and see what the differences are, which buildings do better than others, and then I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna double down on my
I
marketing
love
because
it. I love it. That's the key to success is, oh my gosh, I love it what you just mentioned because what we inspect, what we watch, what we monitor brings the results in our life also. It's very similar to that. If you want to grow in some certain habit, we got to keep our reminders in our calendar every morning when we do miracle morning. Just write down, oh, this is important. I decided about this goal and change of habit. I got to. Am I doing it? Did I do it yesterday? Did I do it day before? So it's so important that we focus. Yeah, yeah,
speaking of focus, and
yeah,
we'll step aside from marketing for a little bit.
yeah.
The 2026 prospect for business is strong. The
Yeah.
2026 prospect for even mortgages is strong.
Yes.
We know that in 2025, a lot of people were walking away from their buildings. The banks were very conservative. I know
Hmm.
that Fannie Mae right now is restructuring their multifamily loans.
Yep.
This is a phenomenal year for real estate investors. One thing I have heard, however, is that Fannie Mae, yeah, not Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae has
Uh-huh.
changed their annual year requirement of 90% occupancy for a year or seasoning for a year to 2 years.
Oh,
And
it
that
has?
is, this
This
is
is
brand
new.
new. This is coming, yes.
Oh, 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 oh. Wow.
That's Fannie Mae,
Okay.
not Freddie Mac, but it's Fannie
Not
Mae. So that's
funny,
going
man.
to mean a lot of people have an extra year to wait, which creates
Yes.
a big inventory opportunity for us as operators. So
Yes.
uh there's going to be some serious opportunity. Like that's
Hmm.
the cheap money for anybody not aware of what Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac is. Vinny, can you just explain what the differences are between those agencies?
These are the two arms of our government. So these are backed by, they are non-recourse loans. That's the beauty of it. From the bank, institutions, debt funds, they are most of the time, are recourse loans. Construction loans are recourse loans. But Fannie and Freddie, I have always loved them because I got as low as 3.2%, 2.86 is the lowest I think I got. I know. It's mind blowing.
Wow.
Earlier part of my life. But the thing is, they are great loans, and they underwrite well everything. And once you are accepted one time, I used to get like 30, 45 million dollar loans just by not. I mean, the broker did all the work. I didn't do anything. I just signed on the dotted line, I guess.
You did the important work. Sign on the dotted line. So, Vinny, one of the things that a lot of businesses are doing right now is this reassessing. I've been on conversations with people. They're coming back, right? They're coming back
Yes.
from the holidays. They're coming back from a little bit of a slowdown in many people's businesses, especially in the real estate space. We know the winter
Yes.
slows things down. We know like Christmas and New Year's, you can't touch a broker, you can't touch an attorney. That's 2 weeks that just don't exist in the world.
So
And
true.
then
So
even
true.
the first week they're all coming back. They're not responsive yet. They're digging off their desks.
Hmm.
So it's almost like we lose 3 weeks in this business from the 19th forward. Uh, so people are thinking, right? They're spending some time reassessing what should I do, and it's a very good time to set goals. We talked about last year. At the end of the year, we talked about setting goals before the holidays,
Yes.
and marketing is one of those things that takes ground. So uh,
Yes.
marketing is, I would say you're probably a genius when it comes to marketing. I see you doing
No.
videos, I see you doing promotions, I see you speaking. There's podcasts, you're on shows, you have books, you have the websites, you do ads. There's all sorts of different things that you do for marketing, but you also bring in agents to lease up your units. Like
Yes.
you have a marketing knowledge, and maybe you're too humble to say, but I will say that you've become a monster when it comes to marketing. And we know that not having clients is dangerous for a business. And I think that the December, November timeframe for a lot of property owners, for a lot of investors, for a lot of business owners is a slowdown in business. It's a people stop paying or people decide they're going to move out in that time.
Yeah.
So it's time to double down on our marketing. What would you say if I tell you marketing is not just noise? What are some ways that operators can make sure their buildings are more visible? If you go through like a leasing strategy, what is the first thing you do before you even close? And then when you do close, what does your marketing strategy look like? Let's call it for maybe one of these hotels, the one of the hotels you're closing right now.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm so glad you asked me that question. Brother, the thing is, underwriters, syndicators, Brother Neil Baba said there are 10,000 syndicators. It has grown by 1,000%. That's a lot.
That's a
If you
lot.
double, triple, but 1,000 times, if there was one syndicator, now there are 1,000, it's mind blowing. Anyway, the key thing is we got to have a business plan intact before we get the keys to hotel or multifamily or garage or power wash or, car wash and all that, or laundromat, whatever. We got to have a solid plan of action. The day we get the keys, transfer the utilities. Number one, I've had that trouble where, over the weekend, my whole, 150 units, yeah, no power, no power.
Yep.
They said, oh, yeah, the seller cut it off. I said, "Oh my gosh, come back, come back." We don't want refrigerators all filled with food, going bad and everything. Anyway, but the key thing is you got to have the action to put money where, the curb appeal. I always say you got to put the flags up, the sailing flags for leasing. You got to say now leasing, new attitude, new man, new owner, new attitude used to be my banners. And I'll say, come visit. We got open house coming. Have cookies, have donuts, have, good stuff. Right now, people are more conscious. So have something, some, snacks which are healthy. Anyway, but the key thing is you got to be putting, people should come to your apartment or your hotel. How would they come? If you market. If you don't market, you're dust, And by having the like apartments.com, we used to get them already on our team so that our websites are all churning, bringing clients, virtual. Now everything is so virtual with all these things. So it's exciting to lease up. What brings profits to any hotel or to any apartment or to any business are customers. So who are those customers, and how quickly we could tell them our story of new ownership, new excitement, that we are different, and we're going to take it from 30% occupancy to 78 to 90%, and how we're going to do it, all that. I know I
This
can write
this
a book
is
on
no,
that.
I'm
I
gonna
can
keep
write.
going, bro. This is exactly what I needed. So we have I said at the beginning of the call, we got 200. And I'm looking right now, 237 vacancies across 2 states,
Hmm.
and I'm looking at my Jackson side. My Jackson side has, and I broke my Appfolio. I love Appfolio, by the way. I broke it
Yes,
into
it's amazing.
groups.
Yeah.
The
Hmm.
Jackson side has a 63 vacancies across the
Okay.
two properties. And I
Okay.
know in Jackson we lease up way easier. It's like almost 3-1 is the speed. Like we get 3 times more leads, so it's 3 times
Okay.
cheaper. Now in Cleveland we got 172 vacancies. It's a much bigger portfolio. It's
Sure.
a total of almost 500 units, but I want to get the Vinny Chopra concept of, okay, you're doing open houses, right? You're doing
Yeah.
showings,
Yes.
signs in the ground. You're on
Yes.
apartments.com, rents.com, Zillow.com, uh, Facebook, LinkedIn. What's the other one? Craigslist. Like those are where a lot of people
Craigslist.
go for
Craigslist.
online
Yes.
stuff.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, You've done a lot of work with leasing agents. How do you know
Yes.
a leasing agent is going to be a good agent to help lease up?
Oh my gosh, you hit a nail on the. Oh my gosh. You know what? How is their presence? How how are they with enthusiasm? See, enthusiasm is something that you cannot give it to them. When they are hired, you look at their, when you interview, ask behavioral questions, especially leasing agents, take some time to ask their past and how did they handle the situation, and then what was their peak month of leasing, if apartment, what kind of apartment was that, A, B, C, D, what kind, because you got to get the leasing agent your side, because if you're a C plus or B minus, you got to have a leasing agent for that, not get a A1 who had three people working for that leasing agent underneath. And I have had that trouble. They say, "Oh, I don't lease, I direct." I said, "No, no, no, you are the leasing agent." Even the managers in my smaller apartments, I wanted to make sure that the manager can show and make sure the lights are on to the model unit, and they know the path from the office as the new referral comes, how to take them with excitement and greet them. I used to give video trainings and all, where they will greet, they stand up. If they don't stand up, that's the kills it. It kills the deal right there. They got to be smiling and say, "Hi there, so nice you could come. Come from the back of the, your desk and shake hand. Meet them at the door." and then take them to the donut, and the coffee. Would you like to have something? And we used to have look and lease. Look and lease means it's a special. If you decide today, rather than them going to three other apartment complexes and liking something else different, you try to close them that time right there. When you have them, look and lease specials or Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh, we used to do those. You know what? We have a special today. Actually, we're going to let you turn this, wheel, and whatever gift comes, there is a. I mean, we have done all kind of things, all these small gadgets. We put them right there, and they say, "What are these? Oh, you could win these today." As a matter of fact,
Look and lease. Oh, Vinny, I got an 81 unit building right on a main street in Cleveland. It's got 4 lanes of traffic, a
hmm
stoplight in front of my building, and I'm thinking we could set up a table, some signs, some leasing flags on the weekend, and just have one
yeah,
of our staff down there for a couple of hours on a Saturday between 12 and 2, and just saying, "Come on in, let's go show these units." I love this. Get the attention, right? Attention.
yes, it
All
is.
right.
It
So
is. That's what we're talking about. Marketing. You got the best product, best service. If nobody knows about it, guess what? Just pack up and leave.
you don't got a business.
You
It's
don't
time
have
to
a business.
expand. It's time to be loud. This idea of not feeling ready, right? So I know what's happening right now inside my company. I just got a phone call this morning about signs, and I said, "Hey, I want signs. Make the
Yeah.
signs. I want them dropped in every one of the buildings."
Yeah.
And the call I got was, "Well, which phone number are we going to put on the signs?"
Oh,
And it's like little things, Vinny, that are stopping us. Little things. I said, just buy a new phone number. If the lead comes from that number, if they call that line, we know it
yeah.
was a sign. That's a great strategy. It was actually their idea, and I just approved it.
Huh? I love it.
And then I said, what's the next thing that's stopping us? Because
Mm.
these products, these ideas, they seem to stop. Vinny, what can you do to make sure that a good marketing idea actually gets implemented? Because I've seen just every operator says, okay, I'm going to go do this. And then I'll talk to them next week, the week after, and it's not done. And even inside my own organization, I see the same delays. How do we fight that?
Oh my gosh, I'm glad you
Because
mentioned it.
we've made a
You know,
commitment. We're going to go market. We're going to get
you
loud.
got
And
it loud. Then,
what?
the big thing is standard procedure should be every property. We should just have a checklist. Hold on. Most of the locations we buy are great locations. So whatever we do at one asset should work at other two. I remember the banners, 10 feet, 6 feet by 10 feet banners, which we got the local people to make them for us quickly. And then we would put them on the side of the building. If it's a big traffic, sailing signs, and it's called, I think, Great American products or something, and they do balloons. What? I have bought so many of these plastic balloons, and you put them, a bunch of them, different colors. They're not regular balloons, but they are plastic balloons. And you put them out in the morning to grab people's attention and everything, and you bring it back into the office at the end of the day. You don't let them people walk away with them. It's
Right.
$100, $200 bouquet, right? I used to love them. Oh my gosh. I told all my managers, hey, marketing expense. If you think it's going to bring referrals in, new clients in, go for it. Go for it. Give them a budget of $1,000. If anything is more than 1,000, let's have a check and balance. But the key thing is the banners, the selling signs, the look and lease sign. You could make them. I mean, then I started even making our Monil management banners so that the flags. I used to buy 30 feet flags from Georgia. One of the manufacturer will make them for me. Poles. Sorry, these are the big sturdy poles. I like those. Yeah,
Yeah.
30 feet tall. 30 feet. And I'll find out from the local, city if they'll allow me to put 30 feet. Right? You got to make sure all that. Right? That is the best thing. And then a USA flag, the state flag, and then Monleal management, premier community flag. All those things were over there. The key thing is you got to make a big difference right away with new purchase, new attitude, new management, new ownership. People will be flocking because if they were not happy with that apartment complex or they used to live there and now they see new energy, that's what is going to turn the corner, brother. That will open house, all those things we talked about. The key thing is curb appeal. Anybody who can spend some money in fixing the bushes and the trees. I think I mentioned it in last week or week before that Courtyard Marriott in Legacy West, we got people, the landscapers there the day we bought it. The day we bought it, they were trimming the trees because from the freeway you could not see the hotel that much. And nobody cared about it for 5 years. Here, Vinny and team,
Landscaping,
landscaping,
clear the view, get the
view.
building visible, get the signs visible.
Oh my gosh.
Wow,
I mean,
basics, Vinny, basics.
basics, real basics, and then make sure that, when people come into the place, it should be clean and nice and inviting. And we're going to be putting $4 million into it. It's going to be even generation 6. It's generation 2 right now, Courtyard Marriott. It'll be generation 6, like a brand new hotel, almost. With the bones are great and everything. So the key thing is you got to really do things. Yeah, if you see the parking lot, right? Parking lot is very bad or something, right?
Yeah,
Then
they got
you
the
should
potholes.
potholes and
Yep.
all. Just get it cheaper. Don't do big 2 inch, thick, all this, but do just the tar. I think it's called black tar or something. They just
Yes.
spray over it. That's it. Spray.
Yes.
It fills the
Patch and spray. Fill the cracks, fill the patch, and then spray over the top.
and then you let them
Black
stripe
topping.
it.
It's black topping.
Black topping,
Yes.
I forgot. And then also the parking stripes.
The
Oh,
stripes. What a
and guess
difference.
what? Oh my gosh, the future resident poles, like these are the signs next to the office, leasing office. You put these 3 or 4 of the different poles with say future resident written on it. Future resident.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
What does that
I
say?
remember.
That says, come on over here.
Come on
You're
in.
home.
Come on
You're
in.
home.
Exactly, brother. I mean, you're bringing back my old memories, old memories. We don't manage. At the peak, we had so many of my team members, and now we have third party management. But I try to, whenever I'm there, our daughter manages portfolio there on that side. But I show up and, if I can interject and so forth. But the exciting thing is marketing, marketing, marketing. And we got to be ready to implement that the day the keys come in our hand.
And this is amazing because we're not talking about sales here. We're not talking about how to
Mm,
convert a lead. We're just saying get them on the lot, get them in
yes,
the door, get them
yes,
to the conversation.
yes,
And there's
yes.
all these details. I've seen it all done before, Vinny, but I don't have a post in front of the parking spots that say future tenant. I haven't blacktopped my driveways. I can use the excuse that it's winter, but
Yeah,
blacktop the driveways, fresh paint. I mean, we're not talking about big expenses. We're talking about things that make you feel like this is a new
feel.
building. The
That's right.
signs, right? You gave
That's
me the
right.
one, the banner across the building. That is
Yeah.
so easy. It's
Yes,
so
yes,
easy.
yes. And you always look from the traffic going by. So they have very instantly, like 10 seconds to notice the building. So I
Yes.
used to put banners not in the front also, but on the side. If the people coming
You got
into
a
on the
longer distance
yeah,
to see it.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So on the sides and put big enough so that it's noticeable. And then also, I mean, you could do leasing now. I mean, that's a big one, right? Leasing now, phone number, because people, will get attracted and make sure maybe it's two color banner. I
Yeah.
always like the white ones in the back and then with, dark. printing, and
Yep.
then maybe balloon or something. Yeah, yeah, just kind of And nowadays with AI and everything, they're so cheap and they can make them so fast. It's mind blowing. And a lot of these
I'm
are there on
sold.
Amazon. They're on Amazon for
And
$13, for $15.
this goes to the next note you have here, small actions compound. It is all the little
Yes,
details, the signs in the yards,
yes,
the conversations, like stand up from your desk, go and talk to the person. Um,
yes,
marketing as a service. You have this at the bottom. It says your note here is if you believe in what you do, showing up is not selling, it's stewardship. How can we
yes.
look at marketing as actual customer service, as doing them a favor?
I'm so glad you are asking me this because our main purpose is serving people. We got to serve the residents. I never say tenants. They're
I know
not
you don't.
tenants, they are residents.
I never
They
hear
are,
you say tenants.
yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm still
You know,
working on that.
no, residents, brother. You got to be sending positive vibes that they are your future residents. And residents are friends, they are guests, and guests are God. See, that's how it is. And you got to serve them. How can you serve them best? Is by having them lease up and come into your community. That is the main thing. The driving force is not to con them in, but let them come, check it out, and give them some special if there is special, make them feel important. I mean, they might look at three, four different apartments in that neighborhood. Usually 2 to 5 miles, people go around and check it out. But if you give them the care, the smile, and just making them feel special and make sure that they are serving them. We are in the serving business. That's all it is.
We are in the
That,
serving business. Man,
yeah.
I'm gonna have ChatGPT take this whole conversation and make it a bullet pointed list that I'm gonna send to my team and say, guys, everything Vinny said here, I want you to go and do, implement on every building.
Ah,
Uh, so
ah,
Vinny, if you were to add one more piece of marketing advice for anybody coming into this new year whose occupancy isn't where they want to be, whether it's in hotels or whether it's in apartments, and they just want to change it, they know November, December was very eye-opening for them.
yes,
Maybe it's this
yes.
conversation you and I are having is the first time they're thinking, wait, 70% occupancy is not normal. I should be at 90%, I should be at 95%, I should be at 88, 98%. What
Yes.
piece of advice would you give somebody before we jump off? This is the first of the year. This is, hitting the ground hard with marketing. What piece of advice would you give them?
I would say don't undermine the websites. Don't undermine the power of AI. Don't undermine that everybody nowadays is searching faster and furious. So your online presence has to be good, has to be good, because people make decisions nowadays to see how attractive the building looks. Make sure that you are updating your pictures. Oh my gosh, oh, the Facebook group that you're putting all these great things so that they're not thinking, and some reviews are there. Oh, hold on. The big thing is reviews. Go back and look at how people have reviews, because if it was not taking care of that property, probably there are negative reviews.
Oh yeah,
get
yeah.
get your
Every
friends,
review
get your
has the word
fam.
cockroaches in it right now, so we got to
I
go back and
know, I
I
know.
separated myself from that company real fast.
Ah, my gosh. But the thing is, you got to get some positive reviews,
New
and one
reviews.
or two family or friends or your staff can put in, and then you just reply them and say, by the way, it's a brand new ownership. And then you reply. See, otherwise, you can't put as an owner review, but you could put the comments below. You know what? That's the reason why we took over. And it's a new feeling, and if the new residents come in, give them and meet with them in a week or so. Invite them all. Invite into the office, have a tea, morning tea or afternoon something, and let them speak up and say, how have you liked this community? Would you mind giving some video testimonial? Or would you like to give some comments on Google or on Yelp and all that? See, we used to give even small. I think you could, I don't know if it's kosher or not. Like give them, like a $10 a Starbucks card. Hey, every review you give us positive, if you're happy. Tell us if you're not happy. We'll take care of you. But if you could give us positive review, here is a $10 Starbucks card or $50 card. I used to, oh, hold on. You just, oh my gosh.
Here's more. Here's more.
Oh, there's more, brother, more, brother. We used to give televisions. Like
Televisions.
at the end of the week, we'll say, every lease we do this week, all the residents, the new residents' name will be going into this raffle. And we're going to give out 85-inch television. Now, we used to give only 45, 35 at that. Now, they're only $300,
Right.
279
Oh
for
yeah.
this 85 may not fit in their room, but 65 even, or anything. Yeah, yeah. Or something special, something that can meaningful to the residents, right?
Vinny,
Even
if I know my residents, I think a TV is exactly what they're
is
looking
it,
for.
is it, is it? Okay,
You got the
okay.
right idea.
There we go, brother. There we go. And they're
TV
not
raffle.
expensive.
I love it.
TV
Lease up
raffle.
today, entered for the TV raffle.
TV raffle, you could do it by week or 2 weeks or a month, like that. And then referral bonus. Oh, that's huge. You got to start the referral bonus. Every resident in your community, we used to have these posters made up, and we'll put them in the bags outside their door. They come from Amazon. You could buy them. These are plastic bags where you can put the flyers in there, and when people come back to their, apartment, they open the key, they look at this little flyer, they look at it. Oh, if I recommend somebody in my office to stay at this place, I'm going to get $50. That's great. 50, 100, 250. I've given even $500 sometime, It's amazing because, if you're having a rent of 3,000, then 500 makes a big difference, right? Or 2,500 or something. But the thing is, those referral, the good, solid, who can really sell your apartments are the people living in it. See?
Vinny Chopra, I am ordering bags as we speak. I'm on Amazon. I'm ordering bags. This is such a powerful call, man. This is the perfect time of the year to be talking about marketing, the perfect time of the year to really hit the ground running, become loud. Everybody's been quiet the last 30 days, the last 15, 20
Yes.
days. So
Yes.
get into the market, start finding out what's going on. If you want to learn more about Vinney Chopra, you can go to vinnychopra.com. He has 2 trainings he does every month for free. You go to
Yep.
vinnychopra.com/events, or you go to Eventbrite and just type in Vinney Chopra. Tomorrow, no, sorry, not tomorrow, Saturday, every Saturday we do ibuildmillionaires.com. We do
Yes.
the 52 weeks of wealth. We're going to go deeper into this wealth principle of doubling down on your marketing. And if you want to learn more, go to ibuildmillionaires.com. We'll see you next Thursday, 9
Yes.
a.m. PST, 12 p.m. EST. This is Abundance Thursdays. Cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you.
I'll send you the video,
Yes.
brother. Cheers.